Give a warm Huntsville welcome from Tuscaloosa, Adam Condra, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. I'm really excited to be here. I wanted to come to Huntsville for a long time. We've got a lot of friends I haven't seen in years, so it's great to be here tonight. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Adam Condra. I'm from Birmingham originally, but I've been living in Tuscaloosa for about the last 5 years or so. And I would, at this point, go so far as to say that Tuscaloosa is actually my hometown. I love Tuscaloosa. I think it's one of the greatest cities on the planet. It makes me so happy. And I tell people this and they kind of cock their head to the side and they're like, really, you sure about that? And I'm like, yes. And they say, why do you feel that way? It's very simple. I love living in Tuscaloosa because it makes me feel like a hitman who's having to lay low after a botched assassination. Like if you could just imagine me on the phone with Vladimir Putin a few years ago. It's like, hey Adam, you know, we all really like you here. We all dig your style, we think you're a great guy. But of course, on your last mission, not only did you fail to kill your targets, well, the Kardashians know what you look like now, so we're going to have to send you away for a while, you know, just until the heat blows over, no big deal. You could learn to paint, meet a nice girl or something. Putin sounds kind of Jewish. But no, the point is you think about the parameters you need for a city for that task. You know, we need somewhere that's not glamorous. We need somewhere that's quiet. We need somewhere that no one would ever think to look for a master assassin in hiding. At the same time, we need somewhere that's famous for something. We need a place that is renowned for something, but not something that is in any way important or impressive to anyone except the people who live there. I love doing this bit in Tuscaloosa because you can tell I do that lead in and people start to shift their weight and they start to leer at you a little bit and they're just like, oh, he better not. He better not say what I think he's about to say. He better not talk shit about Archibald's barbecue. What's next? Is he gonna go after the Olive Garden too? You better not. You better not do that. You better know that when you're there, you're family. But yeah, the reason I feel this way is because aside from the football and all that, Tuscaloosa is a fairly humdrum place, and it's constantly trying to kill you in ways that would look like accidents. You know, like no one knows how to drive properly, trees are always falling down on the roads, everywhere in the city is flood prone. If you park your car on a hill during a light thunderstorm, guess what? You're screwed. Your car's going to be floating down 15th by the end of the afternoon. By far the most dangerous thing about Tuscaloosa are these hordes of young women clad in oversized white t-shirts and tempo shorts, just wandering through the streets, causing people to swerve and hit telephone poles. It's bad. It's gotten to the point where it's against the law not to hit them with your car. They need to be culled. It's like feral hogs. They're just wandering all over the place, eating all of our kale. It's a serious problem. So yeah, as you can see, I'm basically James Bond, and my cover is that I'm a school teacher. I teach elementary school, and no, I don't like, this is why, I don't like telling people that I'm an elementary school teacher, because when you tell people this, there's a 50% chance that you're going to run into a certain type of person who finds out that you're a school teacher, and then immediately they just drown you in unnecessary praise. Like you'll be in line at the supermarket and you're buying some glue sticks or whatever, and you'll hear a voice behind you, gee, that sure is a lot of glue sticks for a single white man. Yeah, my students used the last of the glue sticks they're working on our project today. And then I turn around and the voice behind me just goes, oh my stars! Do I have the pleasure of addressing a school teacher in front of me? Sir, I must tell you that I would not feel more blessed if Joel Osteen himself were standing next to me. So, madam, that's very kind of you to say, but actually, I would hope you feel that way. That's a pretty low bar to clear. Sir, I don't want to bother you nor take up too much of your time today. I just want you to know that what you do is so important to society, and it's so underappreciated. Thank you, that's really nice of you to say. No, you don't understand. Because you and then they grip your face. You are shaping the future. And then they always use this one phrase. They go, you mold young minds. I don't know what that means, but I know you should go to jail for it. You mold young minds, sir. You are the wrist that guides Adam Smith's invisible hand. That was an economics joke for you guys. Because you know what? Sometimes comedy, sometimes it's about me. No, but my point is they romanticize you. They hear that you're a teacher and they catapult you into this tier of humanity whose every action, no matter how small or inconsequential, carries gargantuan, world-altering significance. And it's really uncomfortable because it's plain that they don't understand what teaching is actually like. I spend 8 hours out of my day with young children, which means I'm only ever doing one of two things: cleaning up after their messes, or refusing to negotiate with unreasonable demands. Which means, when you become a teacher, you have elected to work in a retirement home for terrorists. I'm not being glib about this. When people get serious with me and they ask Adam, what's it actually like teaching students, young kids? I tell them it's like training my own group of sleeper cells. Are we all familiar with the concept of sleeper cells? This is first through fifth. Yeah. Are we all? Do we need a refresher? Do we need a refresher on sleeper cells? Okay. So, thanks to the magic of 9/11, we now know, or at least we strongly suspect, that there are people within our borders known as sleeper cells. And these are people who have trained their entire lives to carry out a secret, dastardly terrorist plot. They're trained to do this, and then they are brainwashed into forgetting their training. And their training can only be activated by a secret code phrase that's uttered to them. So, they get their training, they get brainwashed, and then they're sent to America to live among us as normal citizens. And they're the genuine article. They mow their lawns, they shop at Publix, they go to PTA meetings. You can't tell them apart from the real deal. Until one day, they get a phone call. Maybe they're in their kitchen, washing dishes, Oprah's on in the background. Some Russian dude calls them and he goes, maybe Fight Club was not such a great movie. And they go, oh, I've got to go blow up the Golden Gate Bridge. Or, oh, I've got to go dump a bunch of baking soda into Mount St. Helen. Like, whatever their plot is. It's just, they don't have to learn anything. It's just they immediately spring into action. Similarly, you can tell a kid anything you want, and they'll instantly forget it. You can just pop open that noggin of theirs, dump all your Ashley Madison account info inside, and it's never coming back out. However, this does not mean that the information isn't still there. It just means that as long as you can convincingly recreate the circumstances under which it was placed there in the first place, they can repeat it back to you. This is why repetition and mnemonic devices are so important to teaching children. It's what helps them remember. So, theoretically, as long as I don't do anything crazy and lose my job, I have at my disposal an inexhaustible supply of sleeper cells. I can teach these kids to do whatever I want them to and tie it to some innocuous phrase that they would only hear in the classroom. And now I am paralyzed by choice. Because, do I use this power for good? Or do I use this power to get revenge on the students who piss me off? Think about it. I have, as I have many times over the last several years, a student who is disobedient, or destructive, or disrespectful. What have you? No, I could punch him. I could call his parents. I could send him to the principal's office. Fuck that. I sleeper cell him, and then I wait. I wait for years, until long after he has left my classroom, and now he's a polite, well-mannered young man. He's going on his first date with that cute girl he likes. And as they settle into their booth at the Olive Garden, where they're family, he gets a phone call from me. What, Mr. Condra, hello? And I'll say something like, the Monroe Doctrine was designed to keep European interests out of the Americas. And then, for the rest of the date, he can only talk like the Swedish chef. And it's bad, too. It's very Kafkaesque. Like, he doesn't know what's going on. He can't control himself. He's scaring away the other diners. His girlfriend's freaking out, and he's all just, just gotta. I wouldn't do that. That's monstrous. But obviously, the other side of the question, I have to use this power for good, and that takes real work. That means I have to train these kids to kill. That means I have to train them. I have to train them for a lifetime of thankless vigilance that they won't even be aware of. And I have to observe society with the kind of dispassionate gaze that can tell the difference between a passing crisis and a genuine existential threat. It may happen tomorrow. It may never happen. It might happen 10 years from now, decades from now, when my students have gotten old and they're in their kitchens, washing their dishes, while Robo-Oprah is on in the background. And they'll get a phone call from me, and I'll say, "Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally." And then every TV in America the next morning is like, "Days after being sworn in for his 9th consecutive term, President Trump was assassinated." You know what the worst part of that joke is? I wrote it a month after he announced his candidacy. Which means I actually have to do that now. I'm not going to drag you into politics. I've got one more thing I'll leave you with. So 2 years ago, I was single and I was bored. So I did something that a lot of bored single people do. I got a Tinder account. Now, I didn't get a Tinder account because I wanted to hook up with someone or because I wanted to find a relationship. I got a Tinder account because I wondered what would happen if I pretended to be a soldier from the Civil War. And I sent women battlefield romance letters in the parlance of the 1860s and didn't explain to them what I was doing. So, I got a Tinder account. A few days later, I matched with a girl named Savannah, which was just gravy. And if I may, I would like to read you now the letter that I wrote to her. This is like January 4th, 2015, like 9:30 in the morning. My dearest Savannah, it is beneath the pecan trees that buttress the mighty Mississippi River from which I write you now. Winter's frost has begun to abate, and not a day too soon. The quartermaster has issued us all with fresh socks, arrived from the textile mills of the Alabama Piedmont. We will not be afforded time to relax, however. General Boxdale tells us that we march upon the dawn for the Mason-Dixon line. I cannot tell you exactly where we are bound, lest this correspondence fall into the hands of the enemy. And I fear that I may not survive to write you again. Give my love to Romulus and Gideon, and know that I am boiling my rations twice daily, once for my health and once for yours. Sincerely, Corporal William Duquesne, Confederate States of America. 6 hours later, I received a single, one-word, non-capitalized, non-punctuated response. No.